All right? I'll jump first.
Nope.
Then you jump first.
No, I said.
What's the matter with you?
I can't swim!
Why, are you crazy? The fall will probably kill you. Didn't want to.
Can you guys tell I'm a big fan? Yeah, half the show is going to be about Robert Redford tonight, folks. I'm glad you're here for Stay the Atmosphere, so let's get to it. The week in pop culture comes your way right now.
Yeah, there you go!
Let's fucking go!
Let's fucking go.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for State of the Atmosphere. I'm your host, JoesAtmosfere, and of course I'm joined, as usual, by Das Wolfen, the coolest rock and roller I know. What's going on, man?
Oh, not a lot. I figured that'd be Christian Delorme. Or
Christian Delorme.
70s rock fan.
No. When I say rock and roll, I guess I should have said metalhead. That's what I should have said. The coolest metalhead I know.
I'll accept that one.
Yeah. I mean, there is Pope Metallicus the first.
Yeah.
But, it's just, I haven't met Pope in real life. I've met you in real life, so that gives you a little bit of an itch. But anyway, how are you doing this fine Wednesday?
I'm doing good.
Yeah? Week treating you well, I hope?
Yeah, it's been busy, but...
I hear you. Knock is making a bit of an adjustment in his life. He's got a new job, so he's taking a break tonight. So hats off to him. I hope he's watching. It's actually a good night for him to be off because he's probably going to get bored with some of the stuff that me and John are going to talk about tonight, because I am going to talk quite a bit about one of my favorite actors, directors, environmental activists. Before it was cool to be an environmental activist, he's more of a conservationist, really. But, Yeah, a great guy. The golden boy of Hollywood is gone, and in my opinion, probably, other than Tom Cruise, probably one of the last Hollywood icons, last movie stars that
He's
still
the
around.
last. He's the last iconic leading man that was still alive.
No doubt. Yeah, no doubt. Robert Redford went the way we hope we can go in his sleep, so that's a good thing. But we'll get to all that. We've got a lot to talk about. We got to do the pop culture update. We got to stick to the format of the show like we always do. But first, let's check in on the chat real quick and see who's up. For some reason, Jason decided he wanted to check in with us. Now, he threw some emojis up. It's the pink waving hands. He uses that a lot. Good to see you, man. He's over there in... is he in the Netherlands? Is that where he's at? I'm trying to remember. I think that's
somewhere
where he's
over there.
Yeah, he's across the pond. Let's see. Who else we got in here? Of course, the hardest working guy in the business says Heidi Ho to all you nerds and nerdettes out there. And that would be our good friend, Mr.
Womack. Why am I not surprised, you piece of shit?
Mr. Womack is here. What's going on, man? It's good to see you. Let's see who else is here. He put in all these friggin'... I always have to filter through all his links at the beginning of it because sometimes people get in there while he's putting them up. And, of course, you dropped the first LFG of the night, so I'll just... I already took care of that one, so I'll wait until somebody else hits that. Let's see. Who else is here? Killy Chow says, hey, everybody. It's good to see you, man. And Vince, well, I guess we're not going to be able to get away from it. He actually typed it out, didn't he? Wow. Yep. What a deal.
Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go.
Let's see. Who else is here? I think that's everybody that's in the chat. No, Martin is here. He's here as well. Good to see you, man. He says, hello, Joe. And, just once again, I could probably do the entire show as Droopy Dog, but I just can't do it tonight. Got too much respect for Mr. Redford to do that tonight. I'm not going to ruin his legacy with that. Nope, it's not the Netherlands. I know it's not. You've told me this. That's. I think that's it. I think he's Norwegian. Yes. I think it's Norway. Pretty sure. For some reason, every time that N comes into my head, I want to say the Netherlands. I don't know why it is, man. Vince says, keep guessing. It's not a guess. It's just my brain is wired with that N. The N in friggin' Europe, I think of, the Netherlands. I'm sorry. I just do. But anyway, it's good to see you guys. Thanks for being here. Let's get into it tonight. Of course, the first thing we're going to cover is going to be the pop culture update. So let's get to it.
Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go.
Yeah! And of course, first up, we want to talk the numbers this week. You know what? All this prep, I forgot to get my numbers up. Hang on one second. I will get them up.
We forgot Christian DeLorme. He's out there too.
Is he? Did I miss him?
Yeah.
Not Christian. How can I miss Christian? There he is. Don't forget about me. He says, don't you forget about me. That's right. What's up, man? It's good to see you. It's good to see you. Let me go ahead and get these numbers up here real quick. Take me just a second. I've got a file that I keep a lot of the links in that I use quite a bit, and just takes me a second to pop them up. This weekend, once again, anime strikes back, boys and girls. Let's see. Let me go ahead and throw it up here. And you'll see what I'm talking about when I say that. Demon Slayer, once again. Kimetsu no Yabi? I don't know how to pronounce that shit. I have no clue. But anyway, once again, Demon Slayer has come in with a $70 million weekend opening up. And that's right here in the States, folks. That's not worldwide. That's here in the States. It made $70 million. If this isn't the clearest indicator that anime is hot with especially young people, you're asleep at the wheel. Got to be.
Well, one of the characters in Demon Slayer is a popular waifu.
Is that right? Oh, here we go. We got a hot chick. See? Everybody loves hot chicks. I'm telling you. The Conjuring comes in number 2, dropping almost 70%, but it's still in double digits, 25 million. Then Downton Abbey in its first week makes 18 million. The Long Walk made 11.7 million. I thought that was going to do better, but it didn't.
Well, I think we know why it didn't do better.
Yeah, I think people have had enough of the violence this week. They've seen enough shooting on X alone to, worry about that shit. But Keely Chow is here. I love hot chicks. And, of course, he can't control himself as usual. Good Lord, he's feeding the ducks already, and I haven't even showed Sydney Sweeney yet. Good Lord. But we got Toy Story chiming in with $3 million. That's the re-release of the original Toy Story. Made $3 million.
The only ducks I have are the ones in my Jeep.
Ducks you have in your Jeep?
Yeah, you don't know about ducks in a Jeep?
No, I don't.
There's this whole thing called Duck Duck Jeep that was started by this woman that had terminal disease. I think it was
okay.
But basically, it's Jeep owners put ducks on their dash, and little rubber ducks.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay, all right. That's what. See, I was at a vendor market this weekend. You know that. That's why I didn't do the comic book show Friday.
Yeah,
and they had. Are the ducks about this big?
Yep.
Yeah,
2 to 3
okay.
inches,
That's what those are. Okay. People were checking. The girl that had the booth across from us had 2 tables full of 2 things that I thought were really funny, and they were very popular. Shows how out of touch my old ass is. Have you ever seen these things you can stick in the holes of your Crocs?
Yeah.
Okay. She had a table full of those. It was like...
Croc charms.
Yeah, you're right. They're Croc charms. And I think she was selling like each one was $1, or maybe you got so many for $1 or something. And then at one point, one of her customers had me searching through there when I was standing over there for a Mickey Mouse one. And then the ducks. So now I know what that is. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Gotcha, man. Very cool. Very cool. But anyway... Yeah, here you go. About the Long Walk and the King and Hamill combination. Yeah, they're not so popular these days, are they?
Well, actually, Mark Hamill kind of redeemed himself a little bit.
Did he? Yeah. I did see that. I'm
not going to repeat it. We're not going to talk about it because that's all, nothing we should talk about. But he actually made a comment that was sane.
Yeah.
And it's something I did not expect from him.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's part of pop culture. We are going to touch on it. We're not going to be on it long, but we're going to talk about some of the reaction from Hollywood on it. But anyway, like I said, anime is hot right now. The box office, Demon Slayer, Infinity Castle makes history with record $70 million U.S. opening. That is crazy, man. Crazy. I haven't seen reviews on this. You guys tell me if it's any good. I have no clue, but...
Well, if it's part of the Demon Slayer series, I'm sure it's pretty good.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I haven't watched anime in so long, though. I pretty much quit paying attention to it after my daughter left home.
Did you see the end of that, the subtitle?
What's that?
Did you see the end of the subtitle? Last Rites has made $333 million.
Oh, wow. Yeah, there you go. The Conjuring Last Rites hits a near franchise best $333 million globally. Good Lord. Wow. That's a lot of money, man. Horror is always going to do well. People love horror movies. I think I told you that the residents at the place that I work at, they all want to watch a horror. I showed them Fright Night last weekend. A lot of them had never seen it before. The younger folks, they hadn't seen it before.
I'll show them Nightbreed.
Yeah, I need to show them Nightbreed, don't I? It's just certain things I can show Nightbreed because I don't think there's much nudity in that. And if it is, it's probably one of the monsters. It's only for a second.
Yeah, there's not. I don't remember any nudity in it. It's all.
But that's something I have to shy away from. Anything with sex or drug use or gambling in it. So a lot of these horror movies have at least sex and nudity in it. So let's see. Vince says only watched Goblin Slayer.
That's another anime.
Is it? Okay. Well, anyway, I think it's great that we got something new that's doing well. I think that's cool. I think it's really cool. And this is just more proof that people will go to the theater if you give them something good to fucking watch. People obviously are going out for it. You know what I mean? But anyway, the big award show this week was the Emmys, of course. And I didn't watch them. But I do know that the studio got a lot of praise. Seth Rogen got a few of them and stuff. And but what was interesting to me when I was going over the winners list was the fact that what is the name of the show? Oh yeah, Andor. Andor won like 5 Emmys, guys.
Yeah.
And one of them for writing. You would think they'd just get special effects stuff, right? But Andor actually got one for drama series.
Yeah.
Writing for a drama series. I was like, wow, that is awesome. All the best bits, right? Yeah, Vince. I can't show it to him. Gambling, nudity, and drugs. Yeah. Well, I mean, dude, I'm working with addicts. I can't show them that stuff.
Nightbreed doesn't have any gambling. Doesn't have any drugs. It has cigarettes and alcohol. Yeah. But
that I'm not worried about. That I'm not worried about.
That's it.
Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? I've got to watch out for that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I made a mistake. Look, I made a mistake. It was an honest mistake, and I'll never do it again. But I showed them used cars with Kurt Russell in it one time. Here about 2 months ago, I bought it and showed it because I wanted to watch something funny with them. And yeah, that movie's hilarious, but I forgot how much sex and boobs are in that show. I completely forgot how adult that show is. So I don't show it to them anymore. But yeah, I screwed that up one time. Of course, the chicks were out there for this thing. Jenna Ortega covers herself in nothing but jewels for Emmy's red carpet. Now, I did see somewhere that this was an ode to another dress. I'm not sure who it was, but because when I first saw it, I was like, "What in the hell is she wearing?" But apparently, it's an ode to another dress that somebody wore. So, yeah, man, these and of course, the girlfriend of the show was there, but we're not going to cover that till later. I found this interesting. HBO is gonna. It's going to air the first scripted series depicting Hamas's October 7th attack on Israel. I don't know. This seems kind of soon to me for this. They've still got hostages out there. But if anybody can do it right, it's HBO. They've made a lot of really, really good stuff. Oh, hello, nurse, he says about Jenna Ortega, and he can't control himself as usual.
Is the movie that dress she's playing homage to is from Death Becomes Us.
Death Becomes Her is the title.
Her, yeah.
That's right. A friend of mine at work told me that it's something that one of the chicks, and I think it is Kurt Russell's wife, Goldie Hawn. I think she wears that in that movie. I'm not sure, but anyway. Yeah, what do you think? Is this too soon for this? I just...
It depends on how they're going to... What angle they're going to take with it.
It says here the limited series, one day in October, will present a real-time account of the devastating attack, which producers say will be handled with the utmost care, sensitivity, and urgency. Pretty interesting. I don't know.
I don't know about that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking they should probably wait until they're all home.
They're all accounted for, right? I think there's like 20 left outstanding, I think, right now. And like he said earlier about the Charlie Kirk thing, we're not going to get into politics here. It just seems kind of soon to me. But if anybody can handle that decently, it's HBO. HBO has always been pretty good at at making historical accounts of things, all the way back to the. I think they're the ones that did the Michael Keaton movie about CNN, the birth of CNN, and how they burst on the scene during the shock and awe attack when they started the Iraq War, if you remember. That movie, I'm pretty sure HBO made that one, and it was pretty damn good. They do good with this stuff. It's just the timing of it just seems wrong to me. There's, aren't they in the middle of a huge assault going into Gaza with ground troops right now? I think they are. So this isn't the best time for this, I don't think. Let's see. I gave my father the DVD of Conan, the Momoa one, and he later commented how bloody it was. I totally didn't recall that it was till I watched it again afterwards. Yeah, sometimes, you if it's a movie you like a lot, you remember all the moments that made you love it, and then you forget about some of the side stuff that's in it. You know what I mean? Oh, man.
The only thing I remember from that movie is Ian McShane.
I've never seen it.
Oh.
Look, if it's a remake, then I don't think the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie Conan needs a remake.
No, it didn't.
You're going to be hard. All you can do is as expected. You know what I'm saying? All you can do is make a movie at that level. You're never going to beat it. You're never going to beat that movie. There's no way. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Sometimes the brain just ignores stuff. Yeah, right. Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, I think that's a little too soon for that one. And like I said, we are going to talk about this just for some of the star reactions to it and some of what Hollywood did over this. You know that Charlie Kirk got assassinated last week. That's why we didn't have a show last week. I didn't want to get up here because look, guys, I got to tell you myself, I was really mad and I took the night off, and I know Gary did too. And I went to church. That's what I did. I had to hear from my spiritual advisors, man. I really did, because I was upset, man. That's one of those moments that everybody will remember where they were at when they heard the news. You know what I mean? But anyway, that's not what we're here for tonight. Let's look at pop culture and the effect it's having on it. First of all, you've got reactions from this is something I didn't expect. Jamie Lee Curtis gets emotional over Charlie Kirk killing. He's a father and a husband and a man of faith, she said. The other thing I thought was interesting was that South Park pulled down the episode where they were making fun of Charlie Kirk. I think that's a good move for them, just to honor the guy by, because they make fun of everybody. It doesn't matter who you are. They're going to make fun of you, And I think this was a good move by Comedy Central to pull that episode so people wouldn't be.
They're also not showing a new episode this week.
Right. They're not showing a new episode this week either. So I thought that was a good move by them.
And I was wrong. I was getting Hercules and Conan mixed up.
Hercules and Conan. Okay.
Yeah, the Rock's Hercules.
Okay.
The Ian McShane characters in that.
Okay. All right. I got you.
I don't remember anything about the Momoa.
The Momoa Conan? I've never watched it. I mean, there's certain movies, like Point Break, when they remade that, and I heard there was going to be BMXers and extreme sports guys instead of surfers, I was like, what is the point? I mean, the whole thing is that they're, you're never going to get a better bad guy in it than Patrick Swayze was in that movie. You know what I mean? The Zen-like surfer that has that, his whole mantra is just great, But anyway, also we've got entire comic book runs being canceled because of how people are reacting to this. DC cancels Red Hood comic book series after writer shares inflammatory post following Charlie Kirk's shooting. Now, I got to tell you, and this is just me personally, everybody's got their own view on things. I don't think people need to be losing their jobs over this stuff. I think they should be, they should be able to say whatever they want, but this is one of the side effects, right? You got to be accountable for what you say.
It depends on what they say.
Yeah. I think in this case, though, they were just looking for a reason to cancel this because it has not gone over well. So
no.
I really think, but we've heard all the stories of people getting losing their jobs. I mean, here's the thing. if people are going to talk like that, there's going to be consequences, man. You got to know there's going to be consequences. But I don't think people should go out of their way to get these people fired. You can't give these people jobs for 6 years now with this DEI stuff and then yank it all away in 2 seconds. You can't do that. You're going to have to phase them out somehow, find them something else to do in the organization or something, It's just, I don't think it's right to, because if you start policing speech, which is what Mr. Kirk was completely not about, he's all about free speech, then you're going down a slippery slope, man. You really are. Where does it end,
There's saying stuff like, well, I'm not gonna mourn him.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Right.
Versus, I hope they get some more.
Yeah. Now that, the inflammatory violence talk is just,
and that's what the people are getting fired for, stuff like that.
Yeah,
not the, well, I don't really care about him, that sort of thing.
Yeah. That is true. That is absolutely true. Okay, boys and girls, we're going to hit this early tonight because I've got a lot of stuff for my other guys. So guess what? We are hitting the check-in on our girlfriend a lot earlier tonight. Let me tell you. So kick back, get your soda, and get ready because we're about to check in on the Sweeney Spot.
How do you want me to handle the Sydney issue?
The Sydney issue?
Well, we should have a consensus on how the White House is going to handle it.
Well, I certainly hope the Sydney issue refers in some way to a problem that we're having with Australia, because if it's anything other than that,
Mr. President, Ms.
Sweeney?
To see you.
Have her come in, please. I am finished here.
Yes, sir.
There is no Sydney issue.
We had a little bit of premature Sweeneyization here.
How's that?
Well, the ducks weren't ready.
The ducks weren't ready. What are you
They are
talking
now. They're
about? How
coming
can
out
the
now.
ducks not be ready? I know they're ready, man. I see them. They said
they're
hello,
up there
nurse.
now, but yeah.
Well, but my ducks weren't ready, Vince says. That's so good. Let's see. He also said, I got even better than DC pulling Red Hood. They issued total refunds even for the already sold number ones. Yeah, I read that in the article. That's crazy, isn't it? Yeah, I think they were just looking for a reason on that front right there. I saw something earlier today. They're practically, Marvel and DC are practically begging people to go back to comic book stores, man. It's getting bad for them. Badly.
Well, if they wouldn't have hired who they hired to write their comics. I'm just saying. You cut out people like Chuck Dixon and Graham Nolan and hire people like Gail Simone and some of those others, guess what's going to happen?
Yeah, people are going to
not
stop
gonna
buying the
read.
books. Yep. Killy Chow says, hello, nurse. And he's got the ducks ready to go. So, there you go. Let's see. To Lethal Lightning, you can do better than Brie Larson by going for Sydney Sweeney. I hear you, man. I hear you. Lethal Lightning. Okay. First of all, she, of course, was at the Emmys in a red gown. Apparently, with 175 carats of diamonds for bombshell look for the Emmys. Yeah, check it out. That was her look this week. Pretty nice. Pretty nice.
Old school classic.
Old school classic, man. Yep. Did you see the one Dakota Johnson wore?
I don't pay attention to the Emmys. I'm like, I don't pay attention to the Emmys.
Well, I don't either, but, I follow the hot chicks, and I'll show you Dakota Johnson here in a minute. We're all about Sweeney right now. But in more proof of how based she is, she didn't go to the after party. Work before play, bows out of Emmys after parties. She went straight from the Emmys after she gave her the award out and got in the truck and took off. And guess who you don't see here? Where's Scooter?
Yeah.
Where is he? I don't see him. So that might be all just smoke and mirrors. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, yeah, there you go. She bows out of the Emmys after parties. You know how these award shows go. The Oscars are famous for it. But anyway, let's check in on her Instagram, and she did have some shots that she took. Let's see, little trip to Mars is what she says, but I'd like to know where this is at, because it looks pretty cool. This is just her and her buddies hanging out, but it's obviously.
My
Go
guess
ahead.
is Lake Reno. It's Lake Reno.
Right. But it's just her and her buddies hanging out, and whoever the photographer is, he knows what he's doing. That's for sure. She must have a buddy that's a pretty good photographer. You know what I'm saying? Uh-oh.
Tahoe, not Reno. Tahoe. Like Tahoe. Yeah.
Well, it's definitely, it looks like it's in the desert somewhere. That's for sure. Wow, she almost looks nude right there. And here she is water skiing. Pretty cool stuff. But she's definitely got somebody just hanging out taking pictures, you know? And some of this was a photo shoot. You can tell it's part of a photo shoot. But that's it for Sydney this week. We got her pictures, and that's about it. The first time I saw that, I was like, why are they taking a picture of a dirty ashtray? Oh, that's food.
What the hell? It's macaroni.
Right?
It looks like
it's macaroni. Cookies. It looks like it's shamrocks of some kind. That's what it looks like. Looks like it's shamrocks cut out of bark or something. I don't know.
I thought they were broken up Oreos, but you know.
It's a pretty place they're at, though.
Yeah.
It's definitely gorgeous. Whoa. Is that a party barge out there or something?
Probably.
Wow. Hanging out in the room. Happy birthday. Looks like it was a birthday trip. Did she have a birthday recently? I don't track people's birthdays and stuff.
I don't either. Except my friends.
Yeah.
Made skillet cookies.
There you go. Whammo. All right, so that's it for Sydney Sweeney this week, guys. That's what we got. There you go. All right, well, yes, I told you this show is mostly going to be about one of the greatest actors, activists, directors, basically all-around movie guys ever. Robert Redford, magnetic Hollywood icon and Sundance founder, dies at 89 years old. The Butch Cassidy and All the President's Men actor, an Oscar-winning director, and Sundance founder, was always about breaking the rules, he said. Yeah, it's crazy.
So we're gonna do like our 3 favorite Redford movies.
We can do that, but I've got an actual. We can do that real quick if you want to.
Okay.
Go for it. I've got IMDb ready to go, man. You tell me. What's your first on your list?
3 Days of the Condor.
3 Days of the Condor. See, that's not even in my top 3. But that's a good movie. Doesn't he play? He's kind of a Jack Ryan character in that. Yeah, he's a Jack Ryan guy.
I think that's where he got the inspiration for Jack Ryan.
Yeah, it could be.
Because that came out in what?
It's been a long time since I've seen 1975. 1975. I was 10 years old when this movie came out.
I was 5.
Yeah, he's. The synopsis reads: a bookish CIA researcher in Manhattan finds all his co-workers dead and must outwit those responsible until he figures out who he can really trust. Yeah, it's a great movie. It's been a long time since I saw it, but yeah, this is a fantastic flick.
Oh, yeah.
The cast. Let's scroll down here to the cast. I do dig that picture right there, though.
Oh, yeah.
I dig that one. That's cool. Because they're not, they're expecting to be able to get this guy pretty quick, But anyway, Faye Dunaway is in it, and I think they were in a few movies together. I'm not
Cliff
sure.
Robertson, Max von Sydow, John Houseman.
I mean, all of these people were Hollywood icons before. He was the new kid on the block compared to most of these people.
He got a start in the '60s on
him and Faye Dunaway. Well, he was on a lot of TV in the '60s.
Yeah.
And he was a stage actor before he started acting in movies too. So
yeah.
But I think him and Faye Dunaway started about the same time, so they were about the same age. But the rest of these guys, Max von Sydow had been around forever. Cliff Robertson had already won an Academy Award, I think, for Charlie before this in the '60s. John Houseman, of course, has always been around. But yeah, this is a fantastic movie. If you guys have never seen it, man, it's really good. I always think of this one and the one his partner in All the President's Men made, Marathon Man.
Yeah.
The guy out of his element in a world where you can get killed pretty easily. You know what I mean? Yeah. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. I like that one. In no particular order, I have to go with my favorite one and work my way down, I guess is what I'm going to have to do.
Okay.
Because, I figured, or no, I'll work my way up. We're probably going to have at least one or two that cross over. But I would say my third favorite is All the President's Men. This is the movie that made me want to become a journalist at the age of 11. I saw this movie later on when it was on VHS.
Yeah.
I saw it right before I got into high school. I think I was like 14. I didn't see it when it came out. Let me rephrase. I did not see this movie when it came out. But All the President's Men, it's the true story of Woodward and Bernstein, the guys that broke open the case of the Watergate break-in. And if you don't know the story behind that, it's basically what happened was people from the Democratic National Committee broke into, I think it was Democrat, or was it the Republican? I can't remember. It was a Republican. It was members of the Republican Party that broke into the Democratic National Committee's offices at the Watergate Hotel, and they were caught doing it. And these guys. The thing I love about this movie is a lot of people dispute the way the movie portrays it, but what it does portray is the hard work they did following down the leads. That's one thing these guys did. They put in a lot of work doing this. The Washington Post reporters Bob Woodward and Carl Bernstein uncover the details of the Watergate scandal that leads to President Richard Nixon's resignation. And when I saw this movie, like I said, I was like 14. I was fixing to get into high school. And I said, man, that's what I want to do. And when I got out of the Army, I went to LSUS to study communications journalism. That's what I wanted to do. The cast, you had Dustin Hoffman as Carl Bernstein. You had Robert Redford as Bob Woodward. Jack Warden, of course, he's been around for a long time.
Wasn't that Grandpa Walton?
Was he Grandpa Walton? I didn't really. The only one I knew was John Boy. That's the only one I knew. Yeah. He might have been, though. We can look it up and see. Hal Holbrook's always been one of my favorite actors, and he played Deep Throat. He was their secret contact. They were meeting in the garages to find out stuff from the inside of what was going on. Jason Robards, Martin Balsam. I mean, all of these people were just fantastic actors. Yeah, Meredith Baxter, Ned Beatty. Yeah, it goes on and on, man. Stephen Collins.
We'll not talk about him.
Oh, okay. How come?
Didn't he get busted for?
Did he?
Underage?
Oh, I hate to hear that. Was
that Stephen Collins? I think it was.
Was it? I don't know. But he was a really good actor back in the day, that's for sure. But yeah, these guys, that right there was my idea of guys that were, fighting for truth, justice, and the American way back then. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he
Go
got
ahead.
me, dude.
Yeah, he got Me Too. That's not good.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, I'd say my third favorite of his is All the President's Men. I dig that one a lot. Go ahead with your next one, man.
My next one is Sneakers.
Sneakers. Yes. This is one of the few that I have never seen. I have never seen this movie. I've been meaning to see it. It's kind of like The Shawshank Redemption. It's just one of those movies that slipped through the cracks on me, man.
Yeah.
But this cast looks absolutely phenomenal, man. Here, I'm just gonna pop the poster up so you guys can read it off the poster. Okay.
Yeah.
You've got Robert Redford, Dan Aykroyd, Ben Kingsley, Mary McDonnell, River Phoenix was still alive when this was made, Sidney Poitier, David Strathairn. I mean, dude, this is a gang right here. Let's see. The premise of the movie, according to them, a security pro finds his past returning to haunt him when he and his unique team are tasked with retrieving a particularly important item. This movie sounds like it's right up my alley. It's one of the ones that just slipped through the cracks on me. I've never seen it. But I just read the cast off to you, and my gosh, man. Is there more heavy hitters than Sidney Poitier and Dan Aykroyd? I mean, good Lord, man. That's crazy. River Phoenix. Guys, if you never saw River Phoenix in like Stand By Me or one of the movies he was known for, this kid had a bright future. He really did.
Oh, yeah.
It's,
for those that don't know, that's Joaquin's older brother.
That's right. That's his older brother, River Phoenix. I can't remember how he died. It wasn't suicide, was it? It was drug overdose? That's a shame. It really is. Because he was talented.
I forgot Timothy Busfield's in
Timothy Busfield, one of my favorites. I love him. He's on The West Wing, which I love that show, and he's a reporter, working in the White House in that show. So I love him, this has got a great cast, and yes, I have every intention of watching this, but I've never seen it. Tell me what you dig about this one, man.
It's a heist movie, but it's not your typical heist movie because he's got to go back through his own security that he set up.
Great. He should know the weaknesses, right? But if he's good at what he does, it's going to be hard to do. That's crazy, man. Yeah, that's a good pick. That's a good pick. From what I understand. I mean, I've never seen it, but that's what I hear. Let's see what they're saying here in the chat real quick. Fun fact, the only Democrat who got fired from their job was some chick called Hillary Rodham. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Too funny.
No, that's what happened.
I know. Let's see. Deep Throat was popular even then. Oh, buddy, that was when that movie came out. Okay, that's why they called him Deep Throat. That was his nickname. According to Forrest Gump, he called someone from his hotel room because the flashlights were keeping him awake. Yeah, you know what? Forrest Gump's one of the greatest movies of all time, just because of shit like that. That and how the smiley face thing happens and shit happens and stuff like that. That whole movie's just crazy. It really is.
I wish they would have made the sequel because it's based on a book.
Yes.
I wish they would have made the sequel because he goes and does a whole lot of crazier stuff in the second book.
Really?
Yeah.
Because it does end in the 90s, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Right after it ends right about the time that Apple becomes a thing.
Yeah.
So that was the late 90s.
84.
Yeah. Oh, 84?
Yeah, because he started. It ends right at the beginning of the AIDS crisis.
Okay. Yeah, that's the mid 80s. Yep, absolutely. Okay. What goes on in the second? What time period's covered in the second movie? Is it the same book, or is it a different book? Is it
I think
another
it's a different book? It's been years since I read it, so
you don't remember?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just remember that it was more of
right. He's there. He's there. He gets involved
important,
somehow.
Important moment in history. He's always there.
Yep. Okay, let's see. Yeah, we read that one. Sneakers was among the last batch of DVDs I bought. Oh, yeah, very cool. It's a great movie, he says. Yeah. Let's see. Keely Chow says
right,
in
yeah.
the sequel he references the movie.
Yeah.
Really? Wow. Now that's meta. That's what
It
you call
is.
meta right there. Yeah, no doubt.
Well, Forrest Gump
Okay.
is meta.
Oh yeah, of course it is. Yeah, that's definitely meta, no doubt. Okay, my next one is going to be The Natural.
I figured that was coming.
Dude, The Natural is just, it's the best, man. Look, I'm not a big baseball fan. I know the game. My dad taught it to me, But what I think, there's two movies that really capture the mythic quality of great moments in sports, right? Great baseball and great moments in baseball. The Field of Dreams is one of them. I mean, that is a powerful flick. And the other one, The Natural. And it's not what you think it is. It's not like a biopic about a guy that's good at baseball. It's not really that. It's got a little bit of everything, and it shows it in a way. I don't know who directed this. Barry Levinson directed it. He did an awesome job directing this movie because it just seems so mythical. From him striking out, basically, the whammer is no doubt supposed to be Babe Ruth.
Yeah.
And he strikes him out at a county fair, right? And you've got a mystery element to it with the chick that's trying to, she's, I guess, would you call her a serial killer, John? I mean, she's killing these athletes at the peak of their careers, right?
Yeah, that's definitely a serial killer.
I would say that's it. That's the definition of it. You can call her Black Widow. You can call her serial killer, whatever you want. But it's a failed attempt, and then he shows up when this team needs him late in his life, and he's playing with them. And that final scene, I showed you. You see the clip a lot where the lights get busted up. The home run that wins the game and all that stuff. Well, but I wanted to show that moment whenever he lost Lightning Boy. Right before it. Right before the big hit, because that one is just as iconic. Because could you imagine being that kid that picked out the bat that won it all? And what I loved about it was the way they captured it, man. Barry Levinson did a great job, because when the kid hands him the bat, there's a photographer. It's clear that there's a photographer there that takes a picture of him. You know what I mean? It's awesome, dude. It's awesome the way they did that. It's really cool.
I think the character's modeled on Mickey Mantle.
Really? I can imagine that.
There's a lot of the images and stuff from that is like his baseball card looks like Mickey Mantle.
Right.
His picture from Time Magazine looks like Mickey Mantle's picture from Time Magazine.
Right. But man, the cast, dude, once again, heavy hitters, all of them. And I really think in Redford's case, it was of course you got guys like Robert Duvall that had been around for a while before already. I think this movie was in the was it in the 90s? No, it was 84.
Yeah.
So he'd already been in the Godfather series. He's already been in both the Godfather movies, and he already had a good career on his own. But then you had Glenn Close. She was an up-and-comer at the time, right? Kim Basinger. Huh?
Diabetes.
Yeah. Wilford Brimley. He's the coach of the baseball team. No, he's the manager. He's the manager of the team. Barbara Hershey. I mean, these people are all huge.
Joe Don Baker.
Joe Don Baker, man. Yeah. This friggin' cast was something else. Yeah, Joe Don Baker played Babe Ruth. They called him the Whammer in it, though. They're all based on actual baseball players, but they have different names. And Robert Duvall's character, I almost made that clip a lot longer with stuff from The Natural, because if you watch that hole at bat and you're a baseball fan, you understand he damn near hits a home run every time he touches the ball, because when he hits it the first time, and it goes flying straight backwards into the press box, and he looks up at the guy, and he almost takes Robert Duvall's head off. He's up there typing about the game. Anybody that knows anything about baseball, if it goes straight back, he was on it. He was only off by just a little bit. If he'd have made full contact with it, it would have went. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that whole scene at the end of it is just phenomenal, man.
Yeah.
It is fantastic. The whole movie is. But, yeah, The Natural would be the next in my top 3. That would be number 2. What's number 1 in your book, man?
Well, number 1 is 3 Days of the Condor.
Okay.
That one.
Oh, so you're going backwards. Okay.
I'm going backwards.
Okay.
Now, you would think it would be, somewhere Butch and Sundance would be in there.
Mm-hmm.
But I put that as, because that's like, you can't have, that's like a...
Butch and Sundance isn't in mine either.
I love the movie. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, me too.
It is.
I just like these other ones better. Yeah.
Yeah. It is a great movie, and it's one. It's one of those I'll stop and watch.
Not according to Knock, though.
Oh.
I'm just kidding. Kid. I'm picking on Knock because he's not here.
But no. My third favorite movie is called The Last Castle.
The Last Castle? Yeah. Now, I don't think I've seen this one either, but it's a later one, isn't it?
Yeah, 2001.
Yeah. That's got... Wow. James Gandolfini? Oh, my God. Look how young Ruffalo is in it. Shit. That's crazy, man. Okay. Let me get this up on the screen for you guys. The Last Castle. Like he said, it's 04? Is that right?
01.
01. Okay. Wow, what a cast, man. Very good stuff. Okay. So it's about a court-martial general rallies together 1,200 inmates to rise against a corrupt and sadistic warden. Wow.
Yeah.
He did another prison movie.
Yeah.
Wow. Because, guys, he had made and we'll get into his career here in a little bit, going through all of it, but he made a movie called Brubaker that was pretty good back in the day. Let's take a look at this cast real quick. Of course, James Gandolfini from The Sopranos. Tony Soprano, as my mother would call him, Tony. Let's see. Is that Martin? Martin, the international goon, has joined us, and he's a blue screen. Very nice. I think he's going to try it again somehow. I don't know what he's doing. But anyway, it's good to see you, Martin. Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah.
Steve Burton. Now, I've seen that kid somewhere else before. Where have I seen that guy?
I'm not sure. He's not... I don't recognize his...
I will look at him here in a minute. But
Delroy
Lindo,
hey,
who is awesome. Hey, man, what's going on, dude?
Here.
How are you?
Tired.
Tired? Been busy today? Yeah?
Yes.
Did your daughter wear you out Monday night? What's up?
Oh, no.
No?
No, but I was rushing through my chores to trying to catch this one.
Yeah. Look, man, I started early on this guy because he is a hero of mine. I love Robert Redford, bro. I think he's awesome. I think he's a great American, all that good stuff. You know what I mean? But anyway, look, Paul Calderon has done a bunch of good stuff too. This has got a heck of a cast, man.
Yep.
Yeah. This got
to catch up.
Clifton Collins Jr. He always plays a good part, man.
Yeah.
He really does. Yeah.
Let me catch up with you. This is my third.
That's my third too.
Yeah.
What's your second?
What's your second one?
3 Days of the Condor.
Okay, he already mentioned that one. Yeah. What's number 1?
All Is Lost.
All Is Lost. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's check it out.
That's unexpected.
All Is Lost. Is that the one where he's by himself on the boat?
Yep.
There you go.
He's alone. There's no dialogue. There's physical action.
It's all physical acting.
Physical acting.
It's based on a true story too, isn't it? I think it is.
I don't know.
After a collision with a shipping container at sea, a resourceful sailor finds himself, despite all efforts to the contrary, staring his mortality in the face. Well, yeah, I guess so. The ocean will do that to you, man. And the cast is probably pretty small for this show.
Yeah, it's only him.
Robert Redford. There you
Nobody
go.
else.
Yeah.
Who directed it?
Man. The director is J.C. Chandor.
I'm not sure anything they've done.
Wasn't he involved in the construction of a Mystic building in New York?
Yeah.
Let's see. J.C. Chandor is known for A Most Violent Year, Margin Call, and All Is Lost. He's married to Mary Cameron Goodyear since 2004. They have 2 children. Let's take a look at this guy's let's see, Most Violent Year, All Is Lost, Margin Call, Triple Frontier. Never seen this guy's stuff.
Oh, you should see Margin Call.
Let's look under director. You have to do the
Sure.
get rid of the writer, and then you'll have to do the upcoming and previous.
Okay. Upcoming, The Connection, the Conversation. Wait, that better not be based on the movie. The Robber. All these are in pre-production. And we got previous. He did Kraven the Hunter?
Holy shit. That's a black guy.
I don't know if it's a black guy. I enjoyed that movie.
I liked Kraven the Hunter.
I did. I enjoyed it. But then again, I didn't. I've started looking at these Sony Spider-Man movies as standalones. I don't even look at it as part of a shared universe or anything. And that was a decent movie.
I don't know. I've been beaten by insects, a lot of dogs, cats, and I haven't developed superpowers.
Right?
Oh, man.
Let's see. All Is Lost, though. I have heard about that movie. And I probably... But Margin Call's good, too? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah. I can vouch for Margin Call.
Oh, man. Check out the friggin'...
That is
the guy that we shall not speak of, but I'll still watch his movies because he's a good actor. Let's see. Follows the key people in an investment bank over a 24-hour period during the early stages of the 2008 financial crisis. Oh, my God.
Well,
is that Paul Bettany? Wow.
Yep. That is an understated because it's not 24 period before no. It's the night, just the night before everything goes to the public.
Wow, man. Zachary Quinto, who, I like Zachary Quinto. I liked him on Heroes. Yeah. I liked him as Spock in the Star Trek movies. Even, you can't polish a turd, but he was good as Spock. You know what I mean?
He tolerated him as Spock.
Huh?
He tolerated him as Spock, but he's much better than the Spock on...
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Well,
for sure.
Zachary Quinto... Well, it's not his fault because he's not writing the character. The character was not.
That's what I'm saying.
Spock.
He did a good job as Spock.
But he has two things on his to his favor. Number one, I don't care what everybody says. When you put on the makeup, he looks like a Spock.
Yes, he does. He absolutely
and number
does.
two, he doesn't like science.
Oh my God. Not sure if I like any Redford movies. Really awesome one. Wow. Never seen that one. You may not have seen many of them, buddy. I don't know how old you are, awesome one, so I don't really know. Not dislike, more don't care for. I got you.
Okay.
I got you. Yeah. That's cool. The movies I've seen in the last year or so, Sonic and Naked Gun. Yeah. Okay. I got you.
Well, you have to see then Captain America Winter Soldier. Where Redford.
That's
again,
Redford.
He steals the show.
He does. He's a great bad guy in it, man. Really
I didn't want to pick anything. That where he wasn't a main character.
Yeah, I didn't. I wasn't even going to talk about. I mean, obviously, when we go over his career, yes, we're going to mention the MCU. Yeah. He's in 2 movies. He's in that one, and he's in Endgame. He is in Endgame. He's got a cameo in it. But let's finish talking about this one, Margin Call. Stanley Tucci, Kevin Spacey, I know this guy is a piece of garbage, but he's a great actor, and I don't give a shit what anybody says. He's one of the best Lex Luthors that's ever been on screen. I dug him in Superman Returns as Lex Luthor.
If
So,
you haven't
you know.
seen The Usual Suspects, you
You are doing yourself a disservice if you've never seen that movie.
That's a master class in acting.
Yes, it is. It's fantastic. Storytelling and all of it, man. It's a great movie. Paul Bettany, of course, I've been a fan ever since I saw A Knight's Tale.
Yep.
You know, he was the voice of, what's his name? You know, the guy that played the Joker. What the hell is his name?
Heath Ledger.
Yeah, Heath Ledger. Yeah. Jeremy Irons, I am on record. This is one of my top 5 favorite actors of all time. I love this guy. There's nothing he can't do. I'm sure he's great in this flick.
Best Alfred ever.
Yeah, I would agree with that. He is an awesome Alfred. He really is. Yes. There are some good spots in the Snyderverse, even though it's kind of shit. But yeah, there are some good things. They casted well. That's for damn sure. They casted well. Demi Moore's in this. Wow, man. Yeah, that's a cast, boy. That is a cast. Okay, so we'll have to check that one out. This guy's made some good movies, but he hasn't made very many.
No.
But we went down the rabbit hole of the director because we were talking about
Guys, I hate you to love you and leave you, but I need to go.
Okay,
right.
well that's
Have a
just
good one.
fine. You go ahead and
guys.
leave us then. You take care of yourself, Martin. Thanks for watching and
Bye.
thanks for being here. Take care of yourself, man. All right, let's see. What's Ruben saying? Hail, rumors of my death have been greatly exaggerated. Anyway, I am okay. I had my attack and fell, so I just sprained my knee. I am feeling good, creating art as we all here do. Thanks. You are doing great. That's good to hear, Ruben. That's really good to hear.
Yeah.
I saw his video earlier today from the hospital. Yeah, very cool, man. Good stuff. Margin call is a very chilling if you understand mathematics that they use. Wow, really?
I have breaking news.
Gotcha. Go, man.
Jimmy Kimmel got canceled.
You're kidding me.
Nope.
Oh,
Ron
shit.
Not just posted it in our chat.
Really? Wow. Okay. Hang on a second. Let's go ahead and hit it real quick. Don't worry, we're not done talking about Robert Redford because I got a bunch of stuff here for you guys. But
Yep. ABC pulls Jimmy Kimmel off air for his comments.
Holy
Off air
shit.
indefinitely.
Let's see. Here it is. New York Times, and they want money, so I'm just going to grab it from here and search it. Copy. Backup one. Bear with me, folks. We're checking out breaking news. Yeah, I told you guys the pendulum's going to swing. I've been telling you that for a few years now. Sometimes it takes a while. I just hope it doesn't overcorrect too bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It
needs to
goes
get
too far
down the
really
middle.
bad.
It really does. Okay, here's Variety. Here we go. ABC pulls Jimmy Kimmel live indefinitely after hosts Charlie Kirk comments. What did he say? Oh my God, did he say something stupid? Good Lord. Let's scroll through here. Pulled for the foreseeable future. We hit, okay, I think I have it here. We hit some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang trying to characterize this kid who killed Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them.
Yeah, he keeps talking about. He kept talking about how that. Oh, it was a MAGA shooter that did it.
We're not going to get into this, but I think everybody watching knows that that's not true.
But the media kept pushing that narrative for so long.
Yeah, I know. Well, I don't want to see anybody lose their jobs, but
You do something like that.
You can't be spewing stuff like that on late night television's already in trouble as it is. You can't be that silly and expect to stay on the air. ABC has every right to pull this guy. Well, there you have it, folks. Breaking news from our field reporter Ron on his game tonight, keeping us informed. Wow. What do you think of that one, brother?
I'm thinking that we're finally entering an era of personal accountability, and it's about time.
Yeah, it's, we've been letting people, how do I put this? The media's been giving people excuses for a long time, and excuses for acting crazy.
Yep.
I mean, just all out stupidness. There was, I can't remember who was saying it, but somebody at a committee hearing on this, it was either yesterday or today. I was watching the quartering, and they were talking about how it's all connected. That the media has been working in hand with other forces. We've seen, bricks put out right where they know there's going to be rioters and stuff like that. He was saying it's all connected, and we need to quit saying it's not. One thing's for sure, that guy, the way he was done in public, the one guy that would have listened to the other side, that was open for honest debate, you get rid of him, and that pretty much sends a signal that you don't want to talk. So
exactly.
The other side's going to stop talking and start acting. So, this doesn't surprise me.
I think we're going to find out it all traces back to a certain Hitler Youth.
Right? Yikes. Keely Chow.
Tacos.
He's all about tacos all of a sudden. Supporting violence. Supporting violence, Awesome One says, doesn't pay. No, it doesn't.
Ruben's above the tacos. It's hilarious.
What Pam Bondi said yesterday is proof that they're going to try and push it further, and we have to stop them.
Oh, not that one. No, the one that's above Keely's tacos.
Oh, okay. Let's see what he says here. You are fired!
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 You got to do it like Vince McMahon. You're fired!
Yeah. Let's see. Martin says, and nothing of value was lost. Yeah. Well, the thing that cracks me up about Jimmy Kimmel is his ex-partner doesn't even like to listen to him. No. I don't know if you've watched his podcast. What is that fella's name? I'm having a
Adam Carolla.
Yeah. Yeah.
They had this little show on Comedy Central called The Man Show.
The Man Show. And he was not politically correct at that time. I'll tell you that right now. Nope. So Jimmy Kimmel needs to just look in the mirror, man. He really does. Yeah. Let's see. Awesome One says he made fun of Trump acting like Trump didn't care, then disrespected the death happening. Yeah, I don't want to read the whole account. That first quote tells me enough. They're going after people pushing violence, but acting like it's a joke, like Hassan and others. I'm
sure we'll talk about Hassan and Destiny at some point.
Yeah, I'm sure we're going to have to get into it because from what I hear, they're pulling the president, the CEO of Twitch in front of a committee hearing. So.
Oh yeah, they're pulling Twitch, Discord, all of them.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens there. They might feel some heat on their chairs right about now. Funny how that all stopped as soon as the Bondi. I like how you said that, the Bondi. I might have to start calling her that, the Bondi, instead of Pam Bondi. The Bondi said they were tracing the money. Yeah, amazing, huh? How that happens. Let's see. They need to go to jail. Well, now you can wish in one hand and shit in the other one and see which one piles up first, because we all know that the justice system is run by the wallet. So, these people have money. Okay. And to be clear, he's talking about Hassan and Destiny. Okay. So, All Is Lost was Martin's top one.
Yeah.
And I may surprise you. Well, it may not, but I think on the whole, this is his best individual performance. much like All Is Lost, he's the lead actor in this one. And he's a guy, at the beginning of the movie, he's a guy out of his element. But I think my favorite movie, and you've seen the meme, you've sent the meme to a lot of people when you agree with him. He's looking over his shoulder and he's agreeing with you. It's Jeremiah Johnson. If you've never seen this movie, I don't know. It's kind of like, my favorite Clint Eastwood movie is The Outlaw Josey Wales. It's a character study of a one man's journey, and this guy has left the war, and he's going to become a mountain man. He wants to go and see if he's got the grit to be a mountain man. He wants to see if he can skin Grizz, Pilgrim.
That meme of the mountain man doing at the is always got the full. You've seen the mountain man meme.
Yeah, mm-hmm.
That's him.
Yeah,
this movie.
Him. Yeah, this movie right here. Mountain man who wishes to live the life of a hermit becomes the unwilling object of a long vendetta by the Crow tribe and proves to be a match for their warriors in single combat on the early frontier. Yeah, it's all about his journey to live in the wilderness, away from people, and the friends he makes along the way, the people that mentor him along the way, and it's great.
Who was Grandpa?
Which one?
That's who was Grandpa.
Will Gear? Yeah.
Will Gear.
That sounds right. Yeah. He's Bear Claw. He's the guy that asks him, "Can you skin Grizz, Pilgrim?" And then leads him into that cabin where there's a bear. That's too damn funny. Yeah, if you've never seen this movie, it's a classic. And the reason why I showed the scene in the opening video of him, that's I'm not going to spoil when it happens in the movie, but he's been fighting the Crow for a long time, one at a time. That's just something the Crow do. They send their warriors at him one at a time. They don't send them in a gang, right? I think somebody makes a comment in it, said, "Be glad they're not Apaches. They would be all over you," But he'd been doing it for a long time, and this guy just rode up and said, "How?" And the look on his face, like, thank God another human being isn't trying to kill me. You know what I mean? He just looked desperate, like, and it's just, I get chills talking about it. I love this fucking movie. It's so great, man.
It's a good movie.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Stephen Garish is in it. He's a trapper and con man that he finds buried up to his head. And he saves him. Oh my God, it's too damn funny. The Indian actors in here are great. This whole movie's just awesome, man. It really is. Jack Colvin is Lieutenant Mulvey. He's part of the bunch. And Paul Benedict, you'll remember those two because he's a reverend, and they're trying to lead some people through the mountains on a quest to get somewhere. Kind of like in 1883 where they're trying to get to Oregon. This is a group that's trying to get somewhere, and they've got some military and religious dudes with them. And they make the mistake of going through a Crow burial ground, and that's basically when things start popping off.
I think, if I remember right, they're not really called that, but I think they're supposed to be representative of the Mormons.
Yeah, so that's probably it. Look, if you don't know this about him, he lived in Utah, and I think it's Star City, and the Sundance Film Festival is... he was the co-founder of it, and it's named after his character from Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. And I did want to share with you guys a video here. Let me go ahead and drop this out. But yeah, this is my number one movie. I love... There's the meme right there.
Yeah.
Right? But yeah, that's my favorite movie he ever made. That to me encompassed... Now, he made plenty of other fucking great movies. I just got done showing my mother one today called The Horse Whisperer. If you've ever seen that one, it's fantastic. He directed that one. and we'll get into all that when we get into his career. But I did want to share this with you guys about, and it blew me away when I heard it. This is an interview he did with Dan Rather, and I want to show a little bit of it because he talks about the Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid and how he got the job, right? Listen to this right here. It'll blow you away, some of the circumstances of it. Hang on. Let me go ahead and, first of all, I want to get this over here so I can see everything else. All right, here we go. You guys make sure, let me know if you can hear it.
Initially, they had approached me about playing Butch Cassidy because I'd done a comedy on Broadway. And I told George Roy Hill, we went to a bar on 3rd Avenue, and we were having a drink and talking. I said, look, I'll do that, but that's not the character that interests me. The character I identify with is the other guy, Sundance Kid. And I said, he was fascinated by that, and I said, I think my whole life I've had a slight outlaw sensibility, and that's who I feel more connected to that character. So he got really intrigued with that and decided based on the meeting we had that maybe that's the way he would like to go. Now the original title of the script was The Sundance Kid and Butch Cassidy. And that was the original title. And so, and make a long story short, I ended up meeting Paul. And he said, let's go with this guy. Let's go with this guy. Had it not been for Paul, I wouldn't have been in the film. It just wouldn't have happened. It was very generous for a guy to take that kind of a chance. And then once he was in, they changed the title. Once he's going to play Butch Cassidy, it's Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid.
Could you imagine if those two roles had been reversed? Wouldn't have been the same movie.
No, it wouldn't.
Wouldn't have been the same movie at all, man. That's just ironic to me that happened, man. That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. And he goes on in that interview. You should look it up. It's an interview with him and Dan Rather. I'll put the link in there. Hang on. Let's see. Where is that? Right there. I'll find it and I'll put it in here. But yeah, he. Can you imagine if he'd have played Butch Cassidy and Paul Newman would have played the Sundance Kid? And like he said, he was more of a stage actor at the time. You know, he had done a lot of TV, and we'll go over that. But yeah, it's absolutely, boy. They're already D-Day Cobra. Our good friend Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers is already live with Jimmy Kimmel crying on his thumbnail. Oh my God! You guys are having too much fun with this shit, man. Good Lord. Okay, so let me get this out of my history real quick because I just watched it, so it's going to be the newest one. Let me pull that out of here. Let's see. Yeah, it's just a snippet from the interview. From here, I'm sure you can find the whole interview. But let's see, Dan Rather. And Robert Redford. But Redford was a lot more than an actor, man. His very first film that he directed was in 1980. Well, he directed it in 1980. It came out in 1981. And what's it do? It wins Best Director for him and Best Picture. A little movie called Ordinary People. And if you've never seen it, you know what's funny? I work with counselors, right? And two of them I talked to yesterday when I was putting all this stuff together, they had never seen Ordinary People. And they're both, therapists and counselors. And I'm like, I would have thought you'd have seen this. You know what I mean? Because it's about the subject matter is, it's tough to deal with. It's survivor's guilt is what it's based on. And did it go in there? Yeah, it did. There you go, guys. That's the link to the video that I was getting that cut from. He goes, and it's just about his friendship with Paul Newman, and that was the start of it. That when he was cast in the role of Butch Cassidy. But yeah. Let's see. Vince Womack says, ordinary people, a.k.a. don't want no short people. Good Lord. Let me see what else these guys are saying here in the chat real quick. Let's get caught up here. They were talking tacos for a minute. I think it was remade recently. Which one? DiCaprio? Which one are they talking about?
I don't know.
Oh, you mean Jeremiah Johnson? No. The Revenant is not Jeremiah Johnson.
No, that's definitely not.
No. The Revenant is an awesome movie on its own, but I got to warn anybody that's going to watch The Revenant. That is a brutal movie. That is not for everybody. And I'm not just talking about the bear attack. The frickin' Indian attacks in that movie are vicious, dude. That is... Woo! That movie's off the chain right there. Joe Cassidy and the John Kid. There you go, man. Nice. I like that. I like that awesome one. I like that one. Somehow I got a Nerdrotic gifted today. Really? You go, man. Do it up. I've been a member of his for 4 years. Let's see. When is Jimmy Kimmel not crying like a biatch? Yeah, it seems to happen quite a bit. Let's see. This show is nothing but ordinary people. You know it. We've all got problems. We all work through them. True story, though. Yeah. Let's see. Too much gaining in your mic. Too much gaining. Okay. Do I sound bad?
Loud.
Am I loud? Okay. I'm sorry. Let me cut it down a little bit.
Loud, but
okay. Well, hey, I trust Martin. He knows what he's talking about. But anyway, Ordinary People, if you've never seen it, let me pull it up on IMDb. It is, look, what's amazing about it to me, what I always remember about that movie, first of all, I wanted to be an actor when I was a kid, guys, and I reenacted Timothy Hutton's breakthrough scene in it with Judd Hirsch trying to get seen by a talent agency. They recorded me and all that good stuff. I did it on stage. But I love the guy that's in it, Timothy Hutton. You guys probably know him these days from the show Leverage that was on a few years back. He was the leader of the team on Leverage. I think they've started that show up again without him, haven't they? John, did I see a version of it going out now that's...
yeah, I think there's like a new version.
Yeah. But IMDb says 80, but I'm pretty sure that it won the Oscar in 81 for Best Picture. And it is... let me tell you something. I'll tell you one thing about this movie. You will see Mary Tyler Moore in a different way. She has always been the bubbly girl from the Dick Van Dyke Show and her own show and all that good stuff. But in this movie, she is a mother in denial, and she is an ice queen. It is, I mean, it's amazing. The acting. She was nominated for Best Supporting Actress for it. A lot of these people were nominated. Judd Hirsch was nominated for Best Supporting Actor. I think he won. Let me see. They should tell us on here. Yeah, 4 Oscars. One for Best Picture. Mary Tyler Moore was nominated for Best Actress in a Leading Role. Timothy Hutton won Best Actor in a Supporting Role. Wow, I did not know that. Wow, man, that's one of the first movies I saw him in, too. Best Actor in a Supporting Role, Judd Hirsch. You know a movie's good when they've got more than one supporting actor nominated from the flick, you know?
Yep.
And then, here's your trivia question. What movie did Robert Redford win an Academy Award for? It wasn't for acting. It was for directing. It was for directing Ordinary People. That's what he won for. Yep. He never won an Academy Award as an actor. But if you've never seen this movie, you should check it out because it is... Look, it's... When they say ordinary people, they're talking about you don't know what's going on at your neighbor's house. You don't know what your neighbor's struggling with. You really don't, and that's what this movie's all about. It at the center of it, it's about survivor's guilt. two sons are in a boating accident. One survives, one doesn't. And the one that died was the golden child. He was the older kid. He was the athlete. He was the star of the family. And it's all about what happens when you have a loss like that. And I've seen what happens to families when they have a loss like that. I had a friend of mine in high school. His older brother died in a car wreck, and that family was never the same, you know. And he was the star, you know. He was the athlete, that guy, you know. But this movie does it in a fantastic way. It's parts of it are dark. It deals with suicide. Self-deletion, I think, is what they want us to use on YouTube, but that's what this movie's about. And it's got a great cast, and they do it extremely well. I was really blown away by this flick when I first saw it. Elizabeth McGovern's in this. We'll look at the cast real quick. But this was his first movie he'd ever directed. Emmett Walsh, who is a really good actor, he was the swim coach in it, right? Elizabeth McGovern is a girl that's in just totally smitten with Conrad, Timothy Hutton's character, and Timothy Hutton is so torn up he doesn't even recognize that this girl's and digs him. You know what I mean? Dinah Manhoff plays somebody that he meets in the psych hospital, and they keep in touch with each other, and she's fantastic in it. I don't know if you've ever seen anything with her in it, but I've always liked her. But yeah, it's a fantastic movie, man. If you ever get a chance to watch this, you got to be in the right frame of mind, though. Just because it's got Mary Tyler Moore in it, don't think it's, you know, the Mary Tyler Moore show. It's not that at all. It's a realistic portrayal of a family going through a big time problem. You know what I mean? And Judd Hirsch plays the therapist that's working with the kid. He's the Robin Williams to Timothy Hutton's Matt Damon. That's what you got here.
Yeah.
That's the kind of dynamic you have, because the kid doesn't want to be there. He does not want to be talking about his shit with this guy at all, you know. And it's a really great movie. I've really got to, now that he's passed away, I got to go back and watch it again. And of course, don't forget the dad in it it's Donald Sutherland, you know, who is fantastic in everything he does, you know. So I highly recommend that one. I love Ordinary People, but I didn't put it in my top, you know, Robert Redford movies because he's not in it. I wanted to talk about stuff that he's in as an actor. Let's see. Martin has to concentrate on burrito making. Joe sheesh. Yeah, whatever. Damn. Let's see. Academy Award goes to Joe for No Cover. What? What is he talking about, man? Oh, man. You know, some of these jokes you guys tell, they just fly over my head. I'm just too damn old, I guess. I don't know. It's like some kind of conspiracy to prevent him from winning an Oscar for Best Actor and Best Supporting Actor. Yeah, it is. He was nominated quite a few times, but he never won. But they gave it to him for director. That's for sure.
He'll get a lifetime achievement award.
Oh, he definitely will. They're going to give him one this year, no doubt.
Yeah.
Look, the two other things that he was really well known for was the Sundance Film Festival. Like I said, he was the co-founder, and he was really the guy that pushed. He's listed as a co-founder, but he's the one that came up with that. It's named after a character, his iconic character at that time, the Sundance Kid. It's called the Sundance Film Festival, and it's up there in Utah where he's from. And I got to tell you, well, we're going to get into some of the reactions, and my favorite one was Robert Rodriguez. As a matter of fact, this is probably a pretty good segue for that. Let's see. Most of these awards are fixed for certain people who sell movies no one would ever watch. Yes, you're right. Nobody would ever go watch Crash, but I'm glad it won Best Picture because that means I didn't have to have Brokeback Mountain in my collection. Okay?
That's a good thing.
I kind of appreciate that. So that's fine. Okay. But in this case, it is not This is not the case with this movie. It is. I highly recommend Ordinary People. You should see it, if for no other reason, to see how good. I would not have imagined Mary Tyler Moore playing this part. Have you seen this movie, John?
Yeah.
Okay. You know what I'm talking about then.
Oh, yeah.
She is a total ice queen. She's in total denial, and she is just not good to people in it. She's kind of a bitch in the movie. I don't feel like saying the word bitch and Mary Tyler Moore in the same sentence. You know what I mean? Just doesn't sound right to me. But anyway, yeah, I highly recommend that one. And that is not the case with that one. I don't think they were giving him a Lifetime Achievement Award for that movie. I think it was that good, and it was the best movie that came out that year. I thought it was anyway. But anyway, yeah, let's transition to the reactions to these folks about his passing. Tributes, of course, are coming in. I grabbed some off of X, but I want to look through some of these and see what some people had to say about it. Barbara Streisand was one of them. She went on Instagram to say, every day on set, every day on the set of The Way We Were was exciting, intense, and a pure joy. We were such opposites. He was from the world of horses. I was allergic to them, yet we kept trying to find out more about each other, just like the characters in the movie. Bob was everybody that knew him well called him Bob. That nobody called him Robert. They all called him Bob. Bob was charismatic, intelligent, intense, always interesting, and one of the finest actors ever. The last time I saw him, when he came to lunch, he discussed art and decided to send each other our first drawings. He was one of a kind, and I'm so grateful to have had the opportunity to work with him. Robert Redford. They've got several of them in here, but not all of them do I care about. Leonardo DiCaprio says, actor, activist, passionate environmentalist, and champion of the arts. His unwavering commitment to protecting our planet and inspiring change matched his immense talent. His impact will endure for generations to come. I got to tell you, when it comes to his activism and his environmentalism, he was an environmentalist before any of this climate change bullshit. He was a devout conservationist, what he was. He loved nature, and he wanted to see it stay the way it was. You know what I mean? He's like John Dutton. He wanted shit to stay the way it is, you know? He wanted the great outdoors to be protected. But he wasn't militant about it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You never heard about him, even with the advent of social media, where a lot of them got on there and started speaking their minds. The one that I follow all the time, and I'm going to read his statement here in a minute, is James Woods. I read his stuff all the time. And but this guy didn't do that. He put his money where his mouth was. He put money behind what he thought needed to be done. And that's what he was doing when he started Sundance. Let me go.
Wild horses in the mountains.
Yep, exactly. Let me pull up the X that I have here, and I've got some stuff bookmarked for tonight's show that I wanted to share with you. My favorite one being the one by Robert Rodriguez. Okay, you know he's a director. I'm sure you guys, the Geek Zone knows who Robert Rodriguez is. You know, from Dusk Till Dawn, director. Planet Terror was another one he directed. My favorite is the El Mariachi series, and he speaks about that here. He says, I grew up on Robert Redford films. He was the massive superstar of my youth. So to have El Mariachi accepted into the Sundance Film Festival, the most important and prestigious independent film festival in the world, remains one of the biggest highlights of my life. His sanctuary in Park City was like a dream. You fly in, meet Redford, present your film, and hope good things would follow. The greatest honor I've ever had and will ever have was being awarded at Sundance. Thank you, Mr. Redford. Your vision and independent spirit forever changed my life. That's the words of Robert Rodriguez on the passing of Robert Redford. That's my favorite one out of this bunch, but I do want to read maybe a couple more. This one by James. I told you I follow James Woods. This one is great. This one tells you a lot about people. And check it out. My first studio movie was The Way We Were. I don't even remember him being in it, but he is. Okay, there's the picture of it right there. Like everyone else, I was dazzled by Bob and Barbara. They were both terrific to me, and I learned a lot from them both. Bob used to hide in my trailer so they'd stop pulling at him every 5 minutes. We would sit and talk about the difference between theater and movie acting, and his advice went a long way in my life. Years later, he came to a New York stage performance, and I remember he wrote a personal note to everyone in the cast. He knew the impact he had on people, especially his fellow activists, his fellow artists, and he used it graciously at every opportunity. He was an incredibly giving and lovely man. I'm grateful for the short time and chats we had together. Thank you, Bob, and you may rest in peace. May you rest in peace. Yeah. I could go on reading this forever, but you get the gist. He was universally loved by everybody in and out of Hollywood that dealt with him. He just, he's one of those few guys, that, say what they believe in very few words and then act on it. You know what I mean? They're pretty simple people, and
even if you didn't agree with him, you respected him.
Yeah, you respected him even if you didn't agree with him. Yeah, absolutely. Because look, he's a liberal just like everybody in Hollywood, but he's not bashing you over the head with it, and he knows there's common ground for everybody. Yeah, I believe he's still around. He's just not on this plane. But Crash was great. Yeah, Crash was a great movie. Let's see, Brokeback Mountain, gay cowboy shit. Let me tell you something. I saw Brokeback Mountain. Now, I'm a guy that'll watch any kind of movie there is. All right, and it's actually a good portrayal of what a gay relationship would have been in that time period. If you haven't seen it, one of them loses their life because he's a gay man, and some of the reckless behavior they got into back then and stuff like that. So it's not a bad movie. It's just the subject matter is a little rough. It's rough to deal with. Did you get your ma'am cup on that mountain, Joe? No. I got it in New Orleans, and it's tie-dyed. It's not a rainbow cup, okay? Stop it. You know what they're talking about, right, John?
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. He was from the world of horses is what I was. If I said for the world of horses, is that why he worked with? Right, the nose kind of looks that way, doesn't it? It's kind of a horse snout there, and a conservationist is totally different from a nutjob climate activist. Exactly. Yes, absolutely, it is. That's what I was trying to say. He was an activist for basically recycling and protecting our national parks and shit like that. He wanted to see stuff to remain untamed, man. He wanted to see it stay the way it was. Wonder if he could have kept the wackos come to power refusing to properly care for the environment instead of allowing everything to burn. Dude, I don't think I'm sure he didn't like anything that had to do with that stupid bullshit, really. I mean, like I said, he was a conservationist.
I have
more
a
than
theory
anything.
about that, but it's not
For this show. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm here to honor the man. But the last thing we're going to do tonight, and it's not going to take very long, but we're going to go ahead and do it. Deadline. I'm going to get this every time one of my favorite actors goes away. Meets the Choir Invisible, joins the Choir Invisible and all that stuff. They did a remembering his career in photos. Now some of this stuff is from television. Not much of it, but he started in 1960.
Yep.
Okay. Some of this I have never seen, But look at that, man. Tell me he wouldn't have played Captain America if they'd made that movie in the 60s.
Oh, yeah. If he
I
would've
mean,
made
that
it
was
in the
him.
60s, he would have been
Yeah.
Cap.
I mean, good Lord. Alfred Hitchcock Presents. Now, I would have
Actually,
liked...
it would have been a toss-up between him and Paul Newman.
Nah, I think he'd get it over Paul Newman. I mean, really.
Yeah.
The jawline is what gets it for me, dude.
Yeah, you're right.
He's got the crimson chin. He does. Twilight Zone. He was on that series. War Hunt. Dr. Kildare. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna start showing these every time they do them because the last few have been really good. Breaking Point. Like I said, a lot of the Virginian, if you remember that Western, he was on there. Inside Daisy Clover, that's the year I was born. The Chase. Barefoot in the Park. Now we're getting into the movies. That's the one he did with Hanoi Jane, as they like to call her.
Yeah, didn't he do the play, though?
Yeah, he did the play, too. But that's the movie. That's the movie.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the movie that launched him to the national eye, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. We know all about that one. Downhill Racer. That one was
movie.
about skiing. It's about the ski thing with Gene Hackman. Tell Them Willie Boy Was Here. That's a Western. Little Foss and Big Halsey.
That's the year I was born.
Yeah. 1970. Yep. The Hot Rock. A.K.A. what's that say? Shreds. I don't know. But then 1972, my favorite, Jeremiah Johnson. That movie's just, it's awesome. Then you had All the President's Men. That's the Candidate. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I forgot. Boy, you want to watch a good movie about how, I like to call it the Tulsi Gabbard effect, a regular person becoming a politician. Watch that movie.
Yep.
I mean, Peter Boyle plays his campaign manager in it, and he has to do a bunch of stuff that he would have never done if he hadn't been running for office, and it just eats at him, man. It's a great movie. Watch The Candidate sometime. It's a good portrayal of what politics is like. The Way We Were, of course, that's a classic that girls all love. It's a love story. The Sting, that was the second movie he did with Paul Newman. It was, I believe, that one won Best Picture of the year it came out. And I think both of them were nominated for it, but they didn't.
Yeah,
it's
a good movie. It's just not one of my top ones.
No, it's not a top one for me either. Because it's a heist movie when you really break it down. It's
but if I'm going to watch a Robert Redford heist movie, I'm watching 3 Days of Condor.
There you go.
Or not 3 Days of
Sneakers,
Condor.
right?
Yeah,
that's something like that. The Great Gatsby. Now he played it before DiCaprio, and this is really. Many people that are big fans of the book think this is the signature performance of The Great Gatsby, is this one right here. Then you got 3 Days of the Condor in 75, All the President's Men in 76. I mean, a lot of them we've gone over, but I want to hit the ones that we haven't. A Bridge Too Far, that was a lot of people in that movie.
Oh, yeah.
He wasn't the only one in it. There was a bunch of people in that flick. The Sundance Film Festival, he started in 1978. The Electric Horseman with Miss Fonda again. Yeah. Brubaker, which is an underrated movie, if you ask me. He's a warden that you don't see very often portrayed in movies. He's a guy that's for the prisoners' rights, and he's really working against the system that doesn't want him there in this movie. It's fantastic. It's really good. Then you've got him directing Ordinary People. Look how young Donald Sutherland was, and he was middle aged at the time when that came out. Yeah. Of course, he got his Academy Award for that one. Then The Natural came out in 1984. Out of Africa is probably my favorite love story of all time. I love that flick. I could watch it on a loop. It's a love story that takes place over time between two people that rarely see each other, right? Yeah. He's a hunter and all this other shit, and she's trying to start a coffee plantation in Africa. And, it's a great movie. It's fantastic. Then you got Legal Eagles, Deborah Winger and Daryl Hannah. I remember that one. That was kind of a comedy type thing. That was pretty good. Havana. I didn't like that movie that much. I understood where they were coming from with it and everything. I just didn't enjoy that one. Sneakers, of course, right? Yeah. The one that John digs. Yep. Rivers runs through it. Now, he directed that one. That one's well known. Indecent Proposal. I forgot about that one until I started going through this.
Not a fan of it.
It's kind of an evil movie, man.
It is.
He plays a millionaire that offers Woody Harrelson, isn't it $1 million for one night with his wife, basically, and it's about what happens with it and everything, and that's not a movie I'd watch again. I watched it once, but I was like, nah. That anybody that's married, don't watch this movie.
I forgot about this show.
It's kind of like Fatal Attraction. If you're married, don't watch that movie. It's kind of a horror movie. You know what I mean? Quiz Show. Yeah, he directed that one, I think. Yeah, no, or was it Clooney that did that one? I'm not sure.
No, he directed.
No, he directed it. Yeah. Ray Fiennes. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Then you got Up Close and Personal in 1996.
I remember that one.
The Horse Whisperer I just watched today, and yes, that is a very young Scarlett Johansson playing the teenage girl.
Everywhere when that came out.
Huh?
That movie was everywhere when it came out.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it's a great movie. It's really, really good, man. But it's a slow burn type of movie, man. It's really good. Then you got The Legend of Bagger Vance. He directed that one. He did a lot of directing when he got older. He didn't act very much. Last Castle.
Yeah.
Spy Game, which I dug. Brad Pitt. That's a good movie. Then the Oscars again in 2020. He received an honorary Oscar from Barbra Streisand in 74.
I guess he's already got his lifetime.
He's already got his honorary one. Yep. The Clearing. That looks like William Dafoe back there.
It is William Dafoe.
Yeah, very cool. I've heard a lot about this one, An Unfinished Life. One of the ones that you can look up, Morgan Freeman wrote something about working with him on Legend of Bagger Vance and this one. And
I think Morgan Freeman's the narrator.
Yeah, probably is. Lions for Lambs. The Company You Keep. All Is Lost.
Yeah.
Yep. And Captain America, Winter Soldier. Yeah, we know all about that one. A Walk in the Woods in 2015. Truth in 2015. Pete's Dragon. Wow, I didn't know he was in that.
The remake of Pete's Dragon, which I won't watch for personal reasons.
Gotcha. The Discovery. Our Souls at Night. Another one with Fonda. Really? Wow. Yeah. They must be good friends. The Old Man and the Gun I've heard a lot about. I heard this is a good movie. And that's the last one he starred in. Right there. Is Old Man and the Gun. Yeah. So, that's his entire filmography in pictures, guys. And my final word on Mr. Redford is there'll never be another one like him. You might have a great director, that does great things. You might have a great actor that does great things. You may have a guy who is an activist that actually doesn't try to browbeat you with something, actually puts his money as an activity behind it that's well respected. But to have all three in one person, that's a rare thing. This guy was special. He really was. Yep. And the fact that the thing that he tried to run from his entire career, and really Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid established it, was his good looks. It drove him crazy that he kept getting typecast in pretty boy roles, and it drove him nuts, you know. That's why he took stuff like Jeremiah Johnson and things like that, you know.
He was like I said, he's the last of the great iconic Hollywood leading men.
Yep, yeah, that he is. Yeah, my mom loved Out of Africa. I dug it too, man. I watch every kind of movie there is, dude. I really do. Watch Striptease instead, talking about fucking Demi Moore. You're out of your mind. Hey, Penny, what's going on? She said, hey, Joe, driving home from church. All right. Good deal. Take care of yourself. There's someone else that came in. I see. We right before we get out of here, we have got to let you guys know that no, his name is not Fuck Headquarters 2005. No, it is.
There are some who call me Tim.
Tim is coming in saying hi to everybody here right at the end. Check him out. Very cool. Yeah, drive safely, Penny, for sure. It is, ma'am. Vince says, it is, ma'am. Whatever. Okay. Anything you want to push that I'm not already going to push, buddy?
No. Well, I am going to say this. I don't know when it's going to start, but I'm going to do a show called By 1,000 Cuts. That's going to be a music show.
Okay, that sounds fantastic, man.
Where I'll take an album or a band, and for the album, I'll break down all the songs. But for the bands, I'll do like the tier list and to do cuts from each album that I like, and why I like, and why I think.
Are you going to do it here, or are you going to do it on the big green play button?
That big green play button.
Okay. That I was fixing to say, if you're going to do a music show, you got to do it over there, don't you?
Yeah.
I mean, you know, you could do the first bit over here, just introducing the history of it and stuff.
I'll probably do an edited version. I'll put over here, but
right. Yeah. But you can't put any of the tunes on it. That's for sure.
No.
And also be on the lookout. The Iron Codex Relics of Metal and Madness return on the 1st of October. Don't forget about that. Yeah. Don't forget about that.
Yep.
Boys and girls.
Yeah.
All right, thanks for being here, John. I'm sorry I talked so much about Redford, but he is one of my heroes, and it's my platform, and I get to do things like that. And I'm really glad. You know, this was a perfect night for Knock to take off because he really doesn't know this guy's movies or filmography, really.
Yeah.
But he knows who Alexander Pierce is. He knows who that guy is. Yeah, right. That's what's so cool, though. I mean, this guy had such a long career. Everybody knows who he is. You know what I mean? But anyway, okay, boys and girls. Let's let you know what's going on with my channel before we get out of here. First of all, don't forget, go over to JoesAtmosfere.com. Bookmark that place, and it's got a couple of links on there. Plus, you can order commissions from me. I do pencil sketch portraits. You guys can check me out over there anytime. My streaming schedule's on there and all that. Speaking of the streaming schedule, you know we do this every Wednesday at 5:30 p.m. Central Time. All the pop culture news is here. The Sydney Sweeney Report, movies, shows, and games. You guys come check it out next Wednesday at 5:30 p.m. Central Time. And then, of course, the next time you'll see me is on Friday for Sketching the Privateer. The story is America's Pirate Patriot continues to be inked. I'm working on page 7, and hopefully I'll be done with that pretty quick so I can move on to page 8. So you guys come check it out for 1 hour on Fridays at 1 p.m. Central Time. Come check it out before I go to work. And then, of course, Sunday, it'll be part it'll be Week 3 tailgate Sunday morning at 10 a.m. Central Time for NFL pregame party. If you want to watch some football fanatic friends talk about the sport they love, we will fill you in on all the college stuff and the pro football stuff. A lot of fun. It's been a fun season so far. I'm wondering where the defenses are. It looks like they're all in Green Bay and Los Angeles right now, but hopefully some of these teams will get their stuff together. I know John is looking forward to the Chiefs getting back on track. So, but anyway, we'll talk all about it without betting lines, without gambling input, none of that shit. Come check out football from football fanatics that love the game every Sunday at 10 a.m. Central Time. And then, of course, at 6 p.m. Central Time, it's time for the Brothers Hack the Matrix. Everything you need to know about the clown show that is 2025 through today's headlines. The Brothers Hack the Matrix every Sunday at 6 p.m. Central Time. And then, of course, Monday mornings at 10, it's time for Military Monday. And that's me, Pope, and Gary, military vets, joining Martin Acosta Santana and Anima Confusa to talk about a military movie. So you guys come check it out. We do it every Monday at 10 a.m. Central Time. And then, of course, at 4 p.m. Central Time, it's Only Talk and Roll comes your way on That 70s Rock Fans channel. I believe he bumped the Battle of Britain to this week. I think he's going to do that this Monday at 4 p.m. Central Time. Yeah. He had to take care of his wife this week, go to the doctor, that kind of thing. So the 85th anniversary, right, John, of the Battle of Britain is what we're going to do. So check it out, 4 p.m. Central Time on It's Only Talk and Roll on That 70s Rock Fans channel. And then, of course, at 6:30, it's time for Papa Joe Gamer After Dark, video games, cocktails, and fails. And it's time for the next part of Mass Effect 3. So you guys come check it out. I got a good start on it this Monday. So me and Martin will be showing that to you. And whoever else decides to show up, if they want to come hang out while I have a few beers and screw up and try not to kill the rest of the crew of the Normandy. So you guys come check it out at 6:30 p.m. Central Time on Monday. And then Wednesday, it's back over to Pop Culture Mindfield's channel for Wednesday afternoon matinee. We had a good show today about Wind River, one of my favorite movies with Jeremy Renner and Elizabeth Olsen. That's right, Hawkeye and the Scarlet Witch together again in a movie that I kind of like to call Yellowstone meets Silence of the Lambs, because Elizabeth Olsen's character is kind of like Clarice in that movie. She's kind of out of her element, FBI agent in it. It's on an Indian reservation. You'll recognize a lot of the actors in it from Yellowstone, because it's a Taylor Sheridan written and directed movie. So you guys go check out the replay of that one and look forward to a new one this Wednesday at 3 p.m. Central Time over on Pop Culture Mindfield's channel. And then, of course, it's back around to us on State of the Atmosphere on Wednesday. So let's check into the chat one more time before we get out of here. See if we've got anything else besides Vince. I love you, man. Thanks for all of the work you do, man. Yep. He's got all the links in there for me. I appreciate it. You guys go follow us over there, man. Get engaged. I'm always on X. I'm always putting out stuff there. It's not political. I really don't get political very often, but I do put. Yeah, he does comment on politically a lot, but I just put fun stuff up there. You know, pretty girls, funny shit. That's what I put up there. Penny says good night, y'all. Said like a true Southerner, even though you live in Vegas. Let's see. Vince Womack says good start, aka I didn't die while watching the cinematics. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Yeah. I thought I did a good job. But look, don't listen to the fake news that Martin Acosta Santana is putting out there that I'm using auto aim. I'm not. I'm actually aiming at these things, okay? I miss more than I hit, all right? I don't want to hear any of that shit. Anyway, Vince says, cheerio, guys and gals. Stay nerdy, everybody, and have yourself a great day. And you know what I'm going to tell you? I want you guys to be safe. And until we see you again, I want you guys to keep on keeping on. God bless. Don't forget, everyone, whether you like them small, medium, or large, Titty Tuesday continues into Wednesday every week on Joe's Atmosfere's channel. Peace!